Hi there, I'm Amber with Kaleidoscope Yoga. Thank you so much for your interest in my video today. Hey, if you'd like to follow along when we do the classes live, just like my Kaleidoscope Yoga page on Facebook or follow me on Instagram at Amber Kleid Yoga for dates and times. In the meantime, grab yourself your mat, a couple of blocks, maybe a blanket and a towel, and perhaps a bolster or a thicker pillow to rest on in Shavasana, and I will meet you on the mat. So we're actually going to begin on our backs today. Thanks, you guys. So go ahead and just rest in whatever feels most comfortable for you. And our practice today, there are a few parts that might feel a little more advanced, but the first section we're gonna flow through with some modifications and stuff, so you can always come back to those. And you're always welcome to move into child's pose or come back to Shavasana if that feels good in your body. Always take care of you. I'm just here to just kind of simply give you some pointers and guide you a little bit, but remember, this is your practice. Please listen to your bodies. Just do your best to kind of be here for the next hour. I can't see you, but I can sure feel your presence, and I'm so grateful and thankful that you're taking this time out to practice with me today. So very humbled. So as you rest back, if you'd like, you can place a blanket or a towel underneath your neck. You can rest a blanket underneath your knees if you feel tension in your knees. Allow for some broadness in the back, on the shoulders. And I like to kind of draw my elbows and my forearms together and kind of snuggle back into the floor, and then widen my arms out and then relax the shoulders. In the beginning, at the crown of the head, you might imagine a bright white light, or you can just kind of pinpoint just a particular space at the top of the head. I like to cue to see if maybe you can recognize the space in between the brain and the scalp. And just pinpoint the sensation in that space, whatever that means to you. And then let the focus in your awareness move towards the third eye, that space between the eyebrows. And just notice if you might be furrowing the brows. We want to have a nice soft expression here, so you might lift the eyebrows a little bit like you're surprised, and then just let them relax down without pulling the eyebrows together. And then perhaps if you're visualizing the white light, it makes its way in between the eyes. And you can imagine as this white light starts to kind of move down and you move your focus to certain spaces, that place is relaxing, that any tension is being drawn away by the light. Or you can imagine that the light is releasing it and it's kind of moving down towards the floor, kind of just letting gravity do its thing. As you release through the cheeks, releasing that space around the ears and the back of the scalp. And then moving to the jaw, and perhaps you like to part the lips just a little bit, maybe the teeth kind of follow suit. And then you just let the tongue relax. Perhaps taking a swallow as you settle in. And then noticing the space around the neck and the upper shoulders, where so many of us hold our tension. And if you have any tension there, if you feel any tightness, just welcome it in as part of the experience today. And then breathe into it, or let that light absorb any of the tension. And then just let that space, that feeling kind of roll down the back of the shoulders to where you're connecting to the mat. And across the upper part of the shoulders, around the clavicle and the space right above the heart, and feel that openness. And then let it extend all the way down through the shoulders, down the biceps and triceps, to the elbows, down the forearms, all the way to the wrists. And then perhaps you find a little movement in your wrists. Just soft movement. And then relaxing the hands down and just letting the fingertips just really be light and relaxed and soft. Maybe you can notice the air playing on the fingertips a little bit. Maybe you have a kitty to pet or a puppy. And then let your thoughts rest on the chest. And for a moment, let's hone into the breath. And do your best to just kind of bring the breath into the lungs, so we're only expanding and opening the rib cage, not the belly this time. And if you are doing the belly, that's perfectly fine, but if you can focus on the chest, see if you can do that for a few breaths. And maybe at this time, the breath starts to become a little deeper on the inhale and a little longer on your exhale. And at the same time you're doing this, maybe you can feel the back of the ribs making a gentle connection to the earth. And then on your next inhale, let's bring the focus to the belly. Deep belly breathing. Inhaling and letting the belly really expand. You know, our bellies, especially as women, we tend to ignore our bellies. We tend to be not so nice to our bellies. And this is such a beautiful practice to just sit and breathe and feel the belly expand. All these wonderful things that your belly does for you. It deserves so much appreciation. And then letting the belly button sink back towards the spine as you exhale. Just really enjoying the sensation of the connection of the breath to the body. Not worrying about timing with the breath. Am I doing it right? Is my belly sticking out too much? No, just breathe. Come into this present moment and just be with yourself as you are, this beautiful being. Let's do 2 more breaths here. And then maybe you can focus a little on the low back as you exhale and bring that belly button into the spine. And then let's draw our attention to our hips. And if you're feeling any tension there, see if you can relax and release and welcome that sensation, breathing into it. Feeling your bottom on the mat. And then let the sensation or this beautiful white orb move all the way down the legs to the knees. Relaxing in the knees. And then all the way down the calves and the shins to the ankles. And if you'd like, you can maybe point and flex the toes. You can find a little movement in the ankles, or you're welcome to stay still. And then pause and soften and relax. And for these next few breaths, I invite you to do a little breathing practice with me. So if you can imagine on your inhale that you are inhaling the breath from the sole of the right foot, and it follows the channel all the way up the right side of the body. So up the right leg, up the right side of the belly, into the lungs, all the way to the right nostril. And then as you exhale, we're going to exhale through the left nostril all the way down the left side of the body, out the left sole of the foot. And then continue that, inhaling from the base of the right foot all the way up the body. And then exhaling through the left. And feel the left side relax. Inhale up through the right. Exhale down the left. Let's do that side one more time. Inhale up the right. Exhale down the left. And when you finish with your exhale, pause. And we're going to switch channels. So inhaling up the left. And exhale down the right. Inhale up the left. Exhale down the right. 3 more times doing this breath. Go ahead and follow your own rhythm, your own pace. And while you're doing that, I would like to read a quote. It's from Rumi, from A Necessary Autumn Inside Each. Be ground. Be crumbled, so wild flowers will come up where you are. You have been stony for too many years. Try something different. Surrender. When you come to the end of the cycle of breath, just replace the cycle with a normal pace of breathing. And I might ask that you take your hands and rest them on your heart space. You can come to Anjali Mudra if you prefer. And if it calls to you, set an intention for your class today, and maybe the theme can be surrendering. It can be anything you like, of course. And then when you have set your intention for your class today, let's take the left foot and we're going to draw it up so the knee is bent. We're going to take the right foot and we're going to cross it at the ankle over your left leg. So a little hint here, if your knee, your upper knee is giving you issues, really spread your toes and drop your pinky toe kind of down towards the floor. And what this does is it activates your shin and it takes off the pressure on the knee. And this is a great thing to know anytime the knee is bent, if you're in some kind of a lunge shape or anything like that. So we're going to move into figure 4. Engage the belly softly and start to draw that left leg in. And you're going to take your hands and you're going to reach through the left leg and clasp them on the outer part or the back side of your thigh. And you're going to try your best to relax the shoulders down and back. And let the tailbone relax towards the floor. If this is some of the first movement you've done today, you might feel some sensation in that right hip, or if you're generally tight like I am, you'll probably feel a little stretch here, which is good. Toes are flexed on the left foot, so the heel and the calf is active. And then just find your breath. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly release the hands. Go ahead and drop the left foot down, but keep the legs crossed, please. And so we're going to find a gentle twist here. And all you're going to do is take that right foot and draw it towards the floor. And you can kind of take your left rib cage and sneak it to the left side a little bit, and then draw that right arm over some so we can get a broad space in the back of the shoulders. And there's a couple of ways to do this twist. If this doesn't feel like anything to you, you can drop your knee down, place your hand on your knee, and kind of pull the knee towards the floor. Just a few more breaths here. And again, welcoming any sensations that might be new. I guess we can, when we say welcome the sensations, we can kind of say surrendering to the sensations. But I always advise if something hurts, please don't do it. You can always pull out of the shape and find a different way that feels better in your body. Everybody's different, obviously, so not all of us can do what everybody else can do. So when you're ready, take an inhale and draw yourself up, checking in with that core. Center your hips back and go ahead and release that right foot and cross left foot over right knee. And then when you're ready, after you've spread your toes and everything feels good, you can reach up, connect the hands behind the thigh, pulling the right leg forward, and then relaxing the shoulders and letting that tailbone sink to the floor. Take 2 more nice deep breaths here, making sure you're relaxing through the shoulders and the neck. Keeping that right foot flexed, little action in the calf. And then go ahead and release the right foot to the floor. And then when you're ready, let the left foot fall to the right. Let it touch the floor. You can shift the hips if you need to. And then draw that right rib cage to the right side a little bit, and then kind of opening and spreading through that left arm. It's like Grand Central Station in here today. My cats obviously have somewhere important to be. One thing to note in shapes like this too, sometimes it takes the body a little bit of time to acclimate. So if it feels uncomfortable at first, if you breathe into it, the body will eventually start to relax. I mean, we don't sit around like this all day, all the time. So sometimes it's really new, a new shape. Take 2 more breaths here. And then on an inhale, engage through the belly, draw yourself back to center, and go ahead and relax the leg. So we're going to roll to either side, and we're just going to make our way onto our bellies. And we're going to do a variation of baby cobra here. So instead of bringing the palms beside the chest, you're going to bring the palms to rest right above your head with elbows out. And instead of lifting through the gaze, we're going to let the forehead relax on the floor, and we're going to do this motion where we just draw the arms back into the waist. So relax the forehead down. Let those elbows release out, fingertips are touching above the crown of the head. Tops of the feet kind of press into the floor gently, and we let our pubic bone kind of press into the floor as well. Take a big inhale, elbows towards the waist, and we're activating our back here, the upper back. So we're hugging shoulder blades to spine. And then exhale, fingertips back to the front of the mat. Let's do it again. Inhale, elbows back. Exhale, relax. One more time. Inhale, elbows back. And exhale, forward. Go ahead and bring those hands beside the chest. And we're going to come on up into tabletop position. And then we're going to make our way into downward facing dog. Remember to stack the bones, especially in the arms. Spread the fingertips out wide. Let the weight come into the fingertips. And the index finger and the thumb might have a little bit more pressure on them than the rest of the hand. And this hopefully will relieve a little bit of pressure in your wrists. Walk your dog, pressing the heels to the floor. And lift up through your hip. Excuse me. We're going to drop the left foot down. We're going to take a big inhale, lift the right foot high. And we're going to exhale, drawing the right foot forward. And we're going to drop our back knee. And you may like a little padding under your knee. Take a nice deep inhale. We're going to find our crescent lunge. Relaxing the shoulders back, keeping the legs activated. You want the legs to kind of pull towards one another. So you're hugging the knee towards the front of the mat. You're hugging your front heel towards the back of the mat. Take a nice deep inhale here, and we're going to extend the arms like warrior two, but we're going to twist to the right. Good. Fingertips out from the shoulders. Relax the shoulders, tall through the spine. Legs are activated. Take a nice deep inhale, and on an exhale, left hand to the sky. Right hand's going to come back, and you can kind of swivel your body back forward. And then exhale, left hand down, right hand high. Relax the shoulder. Little revolved twist here. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, float right hand down to the inside of the right foot. We're going to go ahead and draw the right foot back, and we're going to come into plank position. And you can have your knees down for this too, but if you're in plank, make sure that your butt's not sticking up. And we're just going to hold for 1, 2, 3. Knees down, roll all the way down. We're going to find our baby cobra here. Take an inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. One more time, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Press the palms into the floor. Make your way back to your downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk the dog. Take your time. Enjoy the sensation and the movements. And then right heel to the floor. Let's take a big inhale, left foot to the sky. And exhale, draw that left foot forward, drop that back knee. Take a nice deep inhale, bring the hands up, connect to the legs. Remember, legs are active. Relax the shoulder. You can even relax the tailbone down a little bit, especially if you start to feel anything in that low spine. Take a nice deep inhale as you exhale, arms widen, we twist to our left. Take an inhale and exhale, right hand up, left hand down. Inhale, exhale, right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. On an exhale, left hand's going to come down to the inside of the foot. We're going to bring that left foot back, find your plank position. Engage the belly, lengthen from the crown of the head all the way to your heels. For 3, 2, and 1, bring it down and take an inhale, baby cobra. We'll do 3 of these. Exhale, release. Inhale and exhale. Last one, baby cobra. Exhale, bring it down. Press into the palms. Draw yourself into downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk the feet. Drop that left heel. Take a big inhale, three-legged dog. And if downward dog is too much for you, you can do this from tabletop too. As you exhale, right foot comes forward. We're going to drop that back knee. Take a big inhale, drawing the hands up. And we're going to exhale, right hand to the thigh. And if it's in your practice, reach around and go ahead and grab that back foot. If you can only just lift it up just a little, that's perfect. Do what you can do, whatever feels good. We're just trying to get a little quad stretch here. One more breath here. Relax the foot. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to find our runner's lunge. So extending out the right leg. And right here is a good place to use your blocks if you want to. And let that right hip sink back. On an inhale, we're going to roll forward. Relax the right leg back. Find your plank. Strong through the arms, stacking all the joints, protecting the shoulders for 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and relax it down. Baby cobra. Inhale. Pull those shoulders back. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, pull the shoulders back. Exhale. Turn the toes under. Draw yourself up into downward facing dog. Walk the dog. Right heel relaxes towards the floor. Inhale, left foot high. And exhale, draw left foot forward. We're going to drop that back knee. Inhale, find your crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, you can reach back and grab that foot. Hand can be on the thigh. If you want to draw it upward, you can. Go ahead and relax the foot. And release the hands down to the floor. Bringing the left foot back. Find your plank. And bring it on down. Take an inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Last time, baby cobra, bring it up. And exhale, release. And go ahead and push in the hands. Bring yourself up. And I forgot to do the extended runner's lunge on the left side. So go ahead and do that for a moment. Let that left hip slip towards the floor. Point and flex the toe if it feels good. And then go ahead and roll forward. Turn the toes of the back foot under, and then make your way into a forward fold. Relaxing the head and the shoulders. So we're going to move through that flow, but we're going to do a little bit more advanced movements. So instead of keeping the knee down, we're going to draw the knee up. But you have the modifications now if you want to do the modifications. And at any time when we're doing baby cobra, or we're actually going to be doing some down dog, up dog action in this one, you can always do tabletop child's pose. So just keep that in mind. Pressing into the back of the heels, letting the bottom drop just a little. Let's engage through the legs. Take a big breath in. Bring the fingertips to the sky. And exhale. Float the hands down. Flat back. Big inhale. Exhale, release. We're going to take our left foot back. We're going to find our lunge. Take a big inhale. Crescent lunge. Exhale, open the arms out to the side, to the right. Let's go ahead and let's take an inhale, fingertips to the sky. And then let's exhale, left hand down. Nope, I'm sorry, right hand down, left hand up. And exhale, revolve lunge. Left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky, relaxing the shoulder. And then on an exhale, you're going to bring the right hand down, and we're going to bring the right foot back, finding our plank pose. Now here's where I suggest, if you don't want to do any plank downward dog movement here, you can do tabletop to child's pose. So let's take a big inhale and plank. We're going to exhale and move into down dog. Inhale, move forward to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Last time, inhale, move to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel towards the ground, inhale, or I'm sorry, right heel towards the ground, left heel towards the sky. And then exhale, left foot forward. Get yourself nice and secure. Make sure that front knee is above your ankle. We're pressing through that back heel. Take a nice deep inhale and up we go. Find our high lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, hands come up. Body comes forward. Exhale, left hand down. Maybe it rests at your low back. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down. Take that left foot back. Find your plank. We'll pause here for just a moment, get everybody caught up. And then when you're ready, you'll take a nice deep inhale here and exhale into downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Last time, exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel down, right leg up, big breath in. Exhale, right foot forward. Take a nice deep inhale, drawing yourself up. So, we're going to move into dancer from our lunge pose. It may not be pretty, and that's okay. Take your time. If you want to step out of the lunge, bring both legs together and move into dancer, please do. So make sure that you've got your balance, and then you just kind of start to lean forward. Hands come forward nice and slow, drawing that back foot up to meet the left foot. You can even come down onto a block, Or, you know, you don't have to do dancer. You can do Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3 if you choose. Take a few more breaths here. And then when you're ready to come out, we're going to find a wide stance. So bring that back leg down, arms to the sky, coming back to our lunge. And we're going to exhale, straighten out the front leg and bring the hands towards the mat or towards your block. So we're going to find a nice wide leg pyramid pose here. Back heel is to the ground, feet are about at a 45-degree angle. Your front foot, make sure that it's not dumping into the outside of the foot, but you're pressing into your big toe. And if you feel anything in the knee, make sure you give it a little bend. And then you're going to let that right hip sink back a little, pressing into that back heel, relaxing the shoulders. And the best that you can, we're going to extend through the crown of the head, big inhale, and exhale, fall forward. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, fall forward. You know, another option, go ahead and inhale, is runner's lunge. And exhale down. Inhale up. And bend through that front knee. We're going to bring both hands to the inside of the right foot and release that right foot back. So, coming into plank, whether you're on the knees or not, it's entirely up to you. And this is where we're going to move into we're going to incorporate up dog into our flow here. So modify if you need to. We're going to take an inhale in plank, exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, follow through into your up dog, big breath. Exhale, find your downward dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. One more time, inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Before we do the next cycle, let's drop to our knees. We're just going to take a little break. Bring those big toes together. Drop the hips back. Hands come forward. Find your child's pose. Resting the forehead to the floor if that feels good, and allowing the breath to find the back of the rib cage. So it almost feels like as you inhale, you can feel your scapula on your shoulders kind of rotating out. Take 2 more really deep breaths here. And then start to draw the fingertips forward, bring yourself into tabletop position. Turn those toes under, spread those fingers, come into your downward facing dog. Go ahead and relax the right foot down. Take a big deep breath. Inhale, left foot high, and draw that left foot forward. Again, you can drop the knee if you want. We're going to take a big breath up. Exhale, arms open wide to the left. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, left hand up, and exhale, find that revolve twist. On your next exhale, bring the left hand down. And we're going to take our left leg back. And we're just going to take an inhale in your plank, and we're going to exhale to downward dog. So go ahead and exhale, find your downward dog. Inhale forward into plank. Remember the modifications if you want to use those. Exhale, downward dog. Last time, inhale, find your plank. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot, ankle down, inhale, left foot high. Exhale, draw that left foot forward. Find your lunge, drawing the hands up to the sky, making sure your front knee is above your front ankle, pressing through that back heel, activating the legs. And then we're going to move into our dancer. So whatever way is easiest for you. If you need to take little steps to get there, or if you can float into it. And also remember Warrior 3 is totally acceptable here. You could do half moon if you'd like. Oh, floor's so far away. Surrendering and challenging yourself. We're almost done, you guys. Couple more breaths here. When you're ready, you're going to find that wide stance again. We're going to move into pyramid. So dropping that right foot back, hands to the sky, find lunge. And then as you exhale, you're going to straighten out that front leg. Maybe grab your blocks if you want to. And then come into our pyramid pose. So both legs are straight. Remember to protect the knee and keep that big toe pressed into the floor. So do your best to kind of flatten out through the back. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, draw nose towards knee. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, nose towards knee. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, nose towards knee. Go ahead and inhale, bending into your lunge again. Move the blocks. Bring both hands to the inside of the foot and let that left foot come back. So you can rest here if you'd like for this last little round. It is completely up to you. We're going to do the up dog flow again. So taking a nice deep inhale in your plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, float into your up dog, making sure you're pulling the shoulders back to protect them. Inhale, up dog. Pressing into the palms of the hands, activating through the arms. Bring it forward, big inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop to those knees. And we're going to come all the way down to our belly again. Whew. So once you get down to your belly, we're going to draw the right leg up. So it's kind of like a half frog position. So the knee is directly out from the hip. And then from here, we're going to take our left arm and we're going to pull it underneath the right and then open up in a little twist here. And if you find that you can't twist open very far, that's fine. You can just relax your arm here on the side, on your side. And then just find a comfortable position for the lower arm. And then just take a couple of breaths here. I'm probably going to go a couple minutes over. If you need to leave early, I certainly won't be offended, but if you can stay for Shavasana, that would be wonderful. Take 3 more breaths here, nice and deep. And then when you're ready, start to unwind through the front of the body, relaxing the back leg. And then coming into just flat back. Rest your hands on top of your, rest your forehead on top of your hands. And just kind of shake your hips from side to side to release that low back. And then we're going to do it on the opposite side. So left leg up. And then we take that right arm and put it underneath the left. And then open up in a twist. Might take a little bit of shifting. Just find a space that feels comfortable. Let's do 5 deep breaths here. Notice if you're holding any tension in the legs or the hips. If your arm doesn't feel comfortable, just rest it at your side. And then when you're ready, you're just going to roll onto your back. Nice and slow. And then once you get onto your back, let's bring our knees into the chest to kind of reset a little bit. Just gently rock from side to side. And then let the legs come out long. Grab that bolster or pillow to rest under the knees. Maybe a blanket or a towel underneath the neck. And then for a moment, if it calls to you, you can rest one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. And just find a couple of deep breaths and really allow the body to surrender and settle in. And if you like, you can refer back to the body scan we did at the beginning of practice using the white light. And just let your body unfold. Be ground. Be crumbled so wildflowers will come up where you are. You've been stony for too many years. Try something different. Surrender. Begin to let the breath deepen. Start a little exploration in the fingers and the toes. Gently rock the head from side to side. And then perhaps rolling to one side. You can stay for a breath or two and then make your way into a seated position. And then once you make your way up, let your hands find your heart space in Anjali Mudra, bowing the chin gently in gratitude for our practice together today. Thanks again so much for letting me be a part of your day, and most of all, for taking care of yourself. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste.